Justice Minister. And I would like to thank to our former Justice Minister for all the services he delivered with calm and peace and productivity. I would like to thank to him for his service. We will continue walking the same path with him in different fields and with different services. As now in the executive presidential system, the members of the ministerial cabinet are identified and appointed by the president, and in accordance with the changing conditions, it is very natural for us to continue with the needs. An opposite behavior would be against the flow of nature. As known, the service in the cabinet is the flag raise, and the colleagues who take over the flag do continue marching towards our goals with new excitement and joy and enthusiasm. Since 2018 July, when we established the cabinet of the new system, 6 ministers have been replaced. 7 ministers made it to the cabinet, and two of our colleagues left their posts. And if necessary, we might come up with new changes. Our goal here is to bring our country to victory in terms of our 2023 vision and also achieve our 2053 goals for our next generation. Since 2002 November, the date our nation gave us the task, many who have contributed to our services and great projects deserve special thanks, and I would like to extend my gratitude. We're all living beings, and humans come and go. What's important is to leave a beautiful mark behind. No matter in what chair position we stand or what title we have, it's important for us to do certain things, and then one will be happy. However, there are some also who do not deserve their motherland and who do not produce anything but breathe in the weather and the air of this beautiful country, drink its water, and use its sources. And only our nation will be judging them. But we, hopefully, will be bringing our country among the top 10 economies of the world and materialize our green development revolution, make our country a leader of the region and the world, and bring our holy cause to victory. The 2-century-long democracy and development activities of our great country has come to triumph, and I would like to state that I am grateful to God for He has blessed us with this chance. Our country also has been going through some challenging times due to challenging and rough weather conditions. After a dry season, with this week's snowfall, we, thanks to God, have had a relief. Due to the heavy snowfall, in transportation, various problems emerged in terms of intercity or intracity travels. The municipalities and authorities, under our rule, acted to take the responsibility. However, in the places where this struggle was not put up with sufficiently, there were some citizens who faced difficulties. But generally speaking, we can say that we are having a productive winter season. We believe that the fact that the dams now have higher water resources, thanks to the snowfall, makes us happy. And hopefully we will be seeing more precipitation to come throughout the rest of the year. With this initiative, we will be adding 3.2 billion additional resource allocation for our agricultural expenditure and bring it to around 29 billion from 25.8. And we have increased the financial incentives to our farmers. Another issue that comes to the fore is electricity and natural gas. Due to a failure that took place in the opposite side of our country in terms of our supply line with Iran, in terms of natural gas, there has been a slowdown, however, and we have come to terms with Iran to deal with the failure in the system in the upcoming months, and we then restarted the natural gas flow, and we also increased the natural gas amount we have supplied from Azerbaijan. Additionally, LNG procurements from different sources have now gained speed. The underground storing facilities in Tuzgolu region and other regions have been commissioned. The partial electricity or power outage in industrial zones have been reduced to a significant degree or fully tackled with. Another matter is related with the price increases in power bills. Due to the pandemic, the coal prices increased by 5-folds, while natural gas 10-folds, by 10-folds. However, we have exerted a lot of effort so that we do not reflect it to our citizens. In natural gas, 75%, and in electricity, 50% of subsidies were offered. To ensure sustainability in energy markets, we felt the need to make regulations and tariffs. Upon the complaints by our citizens that the bills they pay increased by 2 or 3-folds, we have gave instructions to the relevant authorities to re-regulate the tariffs related with power bills, utility bills. The lowest amount consumption, which was 5 kilowatts, has been increased to 7 kilowatts. So the monthly is increasing this way from 150 to 220. The new regulations that are to the favor of our citizens will be put to practice in accordance. Another important item we pay attention to is the developments related with coronavirus. The pandemic which has lost its potency with the Omicron variant, hopefully will lose more potency along the way. Turkey has been one of the countries that have taken concrete measures since the beginning of the pandemic, and we have now witnessed that this goes the same for our success in vaccination, a source of power for us. And I once again would like to make a call to our citizens who in particular are over the age of 65 so that they have their vaccines and maybe their booster doses for Turcovac vaccines. However, despite the increasing number of the daily reported cases in terms of fatalities or intensive care unit occupancy rates, we are not at an alarming position. In Turkey, the healthcare services are smoothly delivered, and the daily life and the functionality of daily lives do continue with the minimum level of obstacles, and it is important for us to ensure all these and also continue with growth and do away with unexpected losses. To ensure peace and prosperity prevails in our country, we have done a lot, and Turkey comes among the most developed in the world. The developed countries, those countries described as developed in the face of this pandemic, indeed failed a lot. However, thanks to our strong structure and also the timely measures we took, we haven't fallen to challenging positions. In an era when everyone did pull down their circuits and close down their economies, we have made the biggest movement ahead. The social chaos that and political instability, economic collapse, division in society, and a fragmentation of or in the country, like scenarios, were torn apart and thrown away. And we have overcome this pandemic to protect our national unity and togetherness in our anti-terrorism efforts, and also preventing terror attacks across our borders. We have succeeded, and we have brought our fight against the pandemic to higher grounds. In a global and changing new system, Turkey is now one of the denominating countries, not one that is guided. In our 2-century-long democracy and development journey, we have shown to everyone, enemy and ally, that Turkey has come to much more developed positions, and we aspire for more in the future. Another issue is related with the three financial support packages, which will be used through a credit fund and card-supported SMEs and non-SMEs will have easier access to finance with this package. The investment support package is going to be practiced with the priority sectors in the development plan overall, and will cover the companies that work to contribute to the development of the country. And also the SMEs that have export potential will be addressed with the second package. With these packages, we will be opening a 60 billion lira of a pledge capacity, and our purpose is to ensure that our import, production, employment, growth, and current account surplus-oriented projects are ensured. To ensure that the credits or the credit lines opened are used for purpose, we believe that our banks and relevant institutions will show the due sensitivity. Treasury and also banks will be following the relevant procedures and documents, and also take all necessary measures for this end. The new loan or credit package hopefully will be auspicious for our country, for our sector, for our companies, and for our country. My great nation. On the other hand, we have also appointed many public workers for the positions opened, especially for the disabled, and totally 2,927 disabled citizens will be employed in public works. And also the families that are of disadvantageous groups will be offered with annually 500 million liras of additional financial support package for the education of their children, and also children who attend to kindergartens. And I hope that this will be auspicious for the families who have little children. And also in fight against natural gas such as floods, fires, or earthquakes, we do set example in the world. Recently, in Elazığ and Malatya and Izmir earthquakes, and also in Black Sea floods, as well as in the face of the fires that took place in the Mediterranean and Aegean regions, we proved ourselves. The search and rescue activities, and as well the reconstruction activities we ran, and as well the result-oriented, speedy, and functional rescue operations showed our resilience. The infrastructure and superstructure losses and damage that emerged in Europe in the face of natural resources have not been even compensated for in months or years. But we, in 1 year, completed all rescue and search operations and restoration operations, and also reconstructed many units and buildings. On a Saturday, during the visit we paid to Giresun's Dereli region, after the August floods, we, as known, started the construction and reconstruction of many residential units, and we participated to the opening ceremony of those buildings. And we commemorated the citizens who lost their lives in the natural disasters. And we, on the other hand, officially opened many buildings, many apartments, and many workplaces, and delivered the keys to the owners. From roads to infrastructure, from landscaping to public buildings, many other building projects and investment projects were materialized and opened officially. Starting with the houses with staples and villages, there are some other construction projects ongoing, and we will be completing all the investment projects relevantly. In Giresun and Trabzon, we participated to mass opening ceremonies, and we shared the joy and enthusiasm of bringing those all to life with our citizens. Reaping the fruits of our politics of service and project creation. Those ceremonies indeed do help us see what kind of a mileage our country and cities covered. In every opening ceremony, we observe that we are observe and we feel proud that we have delivered 5 or 10 times more than what was done throughout the Republican history. And we are determined to spend, in particular, our weekends at such occasions and do away with our longing. This way, we share the joy and excitement with our citizens on a one-on-one basis, and also listen to what they have to say and their complaints or claims or concerns. We have never been disconnected with our people, and we have never been of such politicians. And hopefully this Saturday we will be in Zonguldak province, and hopefully we will be officially opening all tunnels and crossroads and many other projects. Officially, we will at the same time be together with our people from Zonguldak, all men and women, young and old. Everyone from all walks of life will be with us, and we have never allowed anyone else to come in between us, and we will not. Just like until today, after this day as well, we will always care for what our people ask for, what they expect from us, and what they demand from us, and we will be steering towards that and go towards that destination. On the other hand, we will be strengthening our infrastructure to fight against potential forest fires. And in this framework, we have increased the national domestic unmanned aerial vehicles and aerial vehicles overall to 8, and also increase the number of all equipment. And we will be adding new aircrafts, new aviation vehicles, and increase the capacity of water releasing to 280 tons. And we also will be establishing a system that will be closely tracking and monitoring this system. And in a fight against forest fires, we have created a very strong fleet, and the new vehicles and practices that now have been brought into the scope of our fleet hopefully will be auspicious for our people. My great nation, just like the manifestation of the beauty of snowfall, in this process of development and flourishing, we also face some challenges. Some of the challenges we endure indeed help us, as they are the outcomes of our great will to produce outcomes. On the other hand, while we are doing away with all the obstacles and also drive away all the attacks we endure, we also have had to face some challenges along the path. Turkey, in terms of a political and geographical position, has been a country that will never be left alone to itself, and Turkey is a country that has the vision and also the know-how and experience to do away all those challenges. And it is necessary to succeed, to continue on our path and never yield despite all. And we, just like in the past, have never turned back away from our path and consented because of the troubles that were brought our way. If we had only endeavored to save the day in the past, we maybe wouldn't have had to endure such challenges. However, we have always stood tall and kept our shoulders back and our heads up high, and otherwise we wouldn't have been able to talk about our 2023 or 2053 goals. From energy to security, from transportation to agriculture, all the way to transportation and in any other field, we have such a strong infrastructure. And now that we have that, we owe it to our perseverance to walk on our path, not to impositions by some. From industry to defense, from employment to social security and incentives, Turkey has a full confidence, and it is only thanks to our own efforts and trials, not thanks to anybody else. In all development, political, military, economic, intelligence-related issues, if Turkey is a country that is expected to be heard, it is thanks to its own means, its own heart and courage and power, not to what some others would say to us. So far, we have endured a lot. We have gone through a lot. There were some who tried to create chaos and social crisis and turn our people against one another. There were some who wanted to make our country stumble through some hidden daggers and plots. From PKK to Daesh, all the way to FETÖ. All terror groups were brought to our way, and some tried to make our country kneel. Our economy was attacked with foreign effects, inflation, and they wanted to confine us into this triangle of evil and threatened our lives and our children and our future. But we, thanks be to God, have frustrated all those plans. Over the past years, the fluctuations over the past 3 years, indeed, maybe did shake the great ship of Turkey a bit, but they have failed to capsize us. Every attack that was nothing to do with conscience, awareness, or justice or fairness has been tackled with our own strength. And over the past months, we have prevented the effects of the foreign currency-related fluctuations this way. By the way, we have been taking step by step all the necessary actions to protect our people. From minimum wage to pensions, we have made increases in the amounts, and one step to indicate is that a specific term-oriented supply-related increase will unfortunately be carried on our shoulders like a hunch on our backs. But we have entered into a much more brighter phase. However, in this process, we will be hearing all the demands, complaints, or all concerns of our people. We have put to the disposal of our people all the opportunities and means we have at hand, and we will continue to do. Just like we have solved all the problems of centuries old over this past 20 years, we will again overcome all the problems. Employment, investment, production, export, and current account surplus will be the pillars on which Turkey will grow, and it's an obligation for us all to deliver on our promises. Just like we have fulfilled all the promises we made for our people, we will continue building a strong and powerful Turkey, and with other goals, we will be delivering on our promises to reduce inflation rates and bring down high prices. As long as we stand together strong, resilient, and stand united as brothers and sisters, we will be emerging. And the key to everything is this motto. It will be over and beyond as a cause than anything else, and for the future, bright futures of our children and our nation, we have to show the highest sensitivity to such matters. When we stand united and resilient as brothers and sisters, the political hitmen, terrorists, or the incompetent will never be able to harm our country. However, if we are divided or separated, if we do not own up to the symbols of our future and independence at the cost of our lives, then we will be devastated. Recently, some do harp on the economic problems and manipulate those. Some do attack our national and moral values and attack Turkey's power. So far, they have all failed, and hopefully they will fail after this point. I, with these thoughts in mind, once again would like to extend my best regards to each and every one of you, share my love with each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Stay in health.